Sup folks, StugeGG, here with my first episode of my playthrough of Herald. The full title is Herald, an interactive period drama, book 1 and 2, at least that's how it's listed on Steam. But Herald is a choice-driven adventure set on colonial tides. Board the HLV Herald and uncover its dark secrets in an intriguing tale about tyranny and servitude. So it is obviously a story-driven game where I'm assuming there's probably going to be little puzzles to figure out, but mainly it's going to be making choices and talking to people and stuff like that. It is fully voiced, which is going to be nice, but I will obviously talk over quite a bit of it. In the interest of full disclosure, I was gifted this game for free by what I'm assuming is someone associated with the publisher-developer Wispspire. They sent it to me, asked me to check it out. I didn't get a chance to right away, but it did interest me, so now that I've got a chance to sit down and play it, I'm excited to go through it. You can check it out on Steam. It is available there. The books are broken up. You don't necessarily have to remember one to play the other, but I think you have to play them in order. Books 1 and 2 are out now. Books 3 and 4 are coming later. But let's go ahead and hop right in and see what everything's about. We're going to just overwrite I started just to get an audio test, so hopefully the audio is pretty good, but we will see. Just have a choice of book 1 right now. Ire and Irreverence. So, let's see what's up. Hello? Oh, got the wrong thing. There we go. Now, there is some... Move this quill up out of the way. I am using a controller. Greatly inspired by events that took place during the 19th century. This story is set in an alternative version of our history. So some of these... what's the video here is not playable, might be a little bit blurry and might not look great.
No sense of sound.
He's a little bit quiet.
No smell of air.
But I'm playing in a high resolution than I think these were rendered in, so it might be messing it up a little bit. The actual game looks a bit better. Little sword there. Fishies.
I drifted.
He drifted.
Faceless shapes.
Among faceless shapes.
Without a clear distinction of form.
Without a clear distinction of form. I'm saying this part a lot because I don't know if you can hear and there's no subtitles.
Blinded.
Blinded.
Until someone or something made me soar.
Until someone or something made me something. Soar? I think you said soar?
Higher.
Oh. Higher?
And higher still.
Higher still. Are we ascending to heaven? I do not know. But Herald. Title screen. So I believe that's the character right there that we're going to be playing as.
I can remember.
Something I can't remember. Even with my volume all the way up, I can barely hear that. So I'm obviously going to tweak the volume so you guys might be able to hear that. But then once we get in the actual game, the volume's a lot louder. See, hopefully the graphics here are a little bit crisper. Because the game renders in the proper resolution, just the videos that were attached did not.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, she's a lot louder. Ow. Tyranny.
Now sit down.
Very rude. No need to yell. The left analog stick forward to walk. So I don't know if it's like full control because I tapped it once and I'm still going.
I'm sorry, but you can't leave until you tell me.
Where are you from and what is that you seek in the
Where
colonies?
are you from? And what is it that you seek in the colonies?
Even though I'm reading ahead, like I said, enjoy good voice acting, and from what I've heard, this is actually very good voice acting for kind of a small production game. So I'm always going to let them fully go, even though I've probably read ahead. So, we can choose. We are prisoner Devin Rensburg. Came from the west, and I'm looking for my roots. I'm just a lone traveler. I seek nothing. I was born here. I'm merely returning home. We actually get to like a backstory here. I'm a lone traveler.
What does it matter? I go wherever my feet take me, and I seek nothing in particular.
Do you or do you not swear
Who's
allegiance
the Lord
to
Protector?
the Lord Protector, as a servant of his protectorate?
Who dat? Don't we all? Silence. No, I'm nobody's servant. We're gonna go with silence.
You don't have to speak. Your uniform already betrayed you.
Oh, I was wearing a uniform before? Am I
The
in?
bright blue fabric,
Let's see.
the golden stitching. It tells me that you are part of the crew on one of their ships.
I was the
Probably a
captain.
merchant vessel. The embroidery
ahead of
even
him.
says
Ahead of
that
you.
you were the captain of that ship. Impressive.
Smiling?
But what happened to your ship, Captain?
How's I a captain? Don't I like aren't I a young kid or something here? I guess maybe not that young. I don't know why. We'll see. I'm tired and would like to
Sorry,
rest.
I'm getting really tired. I'd like to take some rest. We can talk later.
Oh, maybe this is like this is gonna end, and it'll be
Are
like
you trying to buy
10
time?
months earlier.
That's not going to work.
Who are you?
First, tell me who you are.
I am the Rani, and you can address
What does that
me as
mean?
such.
I don't know what that means.
Now, is this journal yours?
Maybe. Can I say it like that? Where did you
Where
get
did
that?
you get that?
I
Who
keep
gave
forgetting I
that
gotta hit a
to
button.
you?
It says Devon Rensburg inside.
That's me.
Is that you?
Maybe. Play it really coy. Just to
Give
back.
that back. You've got no right.
You're reading my personal diary.
Don't worry. You'll get it back. After you've enlightened me on its contents.
Like who? Like what's going? I don't understand what's happening.
Now read it for me. And remember, I expect the truth.
Like what? I don't. I don't fully understand what's happening.
Again, where are you from? And what is it that you seek in the colonies?
I don't know. Let's just say I want to get away from everything.
Fine. I'll give you the long version. It's not like I have any choice. I come from the West.
Okay.
Born here in the colonies, but raised in the capital of the Protectorate homeland. A city that was never kind to me.
Okay.
Sick of the citizens and their customs, I decided to leave that place and never go back. I had heard about someone in the harbor recruiting men for a merchant
I think
ship
one of the big
sailing
themes of
to
this
the
is
east.
like prejudice
It
and
was a standard
racism. So maybe he was
trading mission along the
persecuted, so he decided to
Indigo.
leave. How did you become
I
the
had never
captain?
worked on a ship before, but enlisting in the merchant navy was the only way for me to acquire passage across the sea.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
The recruiter, Aaron Ludlow was his name, took me in a rowing boat out of the harbour. And there she was, his lordship's vessel, Herald.
That's what the game is called. But how are we gonna be? Okay, so now we're gonna go back in time. Gotcha. Ire and irreverence. So somehow, well, I guess it's spoiled. Somehow we're gonna eventually become captain of this boat or ship. Starfield Night. Are we rowing out? Oh no, we're already on the boat. Okay. I like that. Oh, what is that called? Oh no, it's not figurehead. I forget what the front of the ship is called. That's usually like decorative. That kind of signifies your ship. Not the is it the masthead?
God, Ludlow.
Might be the
Have you
masthead.
read this?
Who's this guy?
No, sir. I haven't.
That guy looks like us.
Your people seem to be causing a lot of
Cornelis
unrest in the colonies
Hendricks.
My people, sir?
I'm trying to. I don't want to assume
know.
what they are.
I don't know, sir.
lately. The indigo farmers.
Indigo farmers.
They claim the trade does not benefit them enough. They accuse the Lord Protector.
That's what I'm trying to think. If they are they like from India,
demand
Pakistan, like that area. I mean, Britain controlled that pretty heavily in the 19th century, so maybe that's what's going on here.
The local regent has yet to respond, but I fear he will cave
A very
in to the
thick
pressure.
newspaper he's reading.
Is that why we have the politician on board?
Yes, Senator Morton is the
Senator
regent's
Morton?
brother-in-law, and he's going to help him with the complex
The
politics. of
regent's
this
daughter.
affair.
Oh, I
He's
smell
also
trouble.
accompanying the regent's daughter
I smell
safely
trouble.
back to the colonies. Remember to treat both of them with respect.
Always.
Sir,
I guess we're not here, really.
Is there anything else you brought from shore?
Just some kid.
Well, apart from the new recruit, a letter, sir, addressed to Senator Morton.
Getting mail here now.
What are you waiting for? Give it to me.
I mean, you can't
But,
read his
sir,
mail.
It's not your...
Yeah, you can't read his mail.
My ship, my rules, Ludlow. You know this.
You didn't hit.
Besides, I don't think Mr. Morton has anything
Well, that's
to
a-
hide from me.
Very wide H at the bottom.
May I remind you he is a protectorate official, sir.
Yes.
And so am I.
Okay. I don't like this guy. We're still just standing over there?
You there. What do you think, boy? Should
No,
I
don't open the letter.
or not?
No. I hadn't expected the captain to address me. We'll say that.
Me? I...
Devin Rensburg.
Sorry, sir, I didn't...
This is Devon.
Making a bad
sir,
first
the
impression.
new recruit that I picked up in the harbor. Says he wants to work as a sailor aboard the Herald.
Pretty fancy room. Told him that my
Devin
name was...
Rensburg, sir.
Yes.
Pleased to meet you, Captain.
Devin Rensburg.
Captain Cornelius Hendricks. Nice to have
Cornelius
you aboard,
Hendricks. Okay.
Harold.
I said Cornelis.
Rensburg.
You can pronounce it both ways.
I assume you understand that there are rules here. Officer Ludlow will give you the lowdown on them during your tour of the ship.
Okay.
Sir, I have other...
But first, Ludlow, I'd like you to find Senator Morton and send him here. I need to talk to him about this letter of his.
Should be reading his
Quick
letter.
about it.
Okay.
I'll send Rensburg off to you in a moment.
Yes,
Uh-oh, what's he
sir.
gonna tell me?
Be sure to see me on deck, Devon.
Will do, sir.
So then, Rensburg, I take it you must be returning home to
They're
your
probably
family?
sailing from Britain to, like, India. Be my guess.
I'm a protectorate citizen. My home is in the capital.
Yeah,
But
take
it's
that.
time that I see my country of birth, and hopefully find out who the people were that
Oh,
gave
did I
me
miss it
up for
before he was
adoption.
adopted?
I know my father is a protectorian.
Okay.
And my mother is originally from the colonies. It won't be easy to find them.
Okay.
That's why I'm writing everything that might help me with my search down in my journal.
Smart plan.
Yes. Yes, I see. Well, you should look at my globe then, Rensburg.
A euphemism?
As you see, the colonies are very big.
They're very big.
You should write it in your journal. Well, off you go to your tour of the ship. Have a nice evening.
Will do. Thank you, sir. Interact the world with the right joystick. When I just highlight, pull the right trigger, and inspect it. Okay. Oh, I see. Ooh. Oh, vibration. Let's look at the globe.
There was a globe in the room. The ornate rooster on top stretched his wings
Read
out
his
over the
masthead.
world,
There's
as
a
if
rooster
protecting
masthead.
it.
Down on the D-pad. Let's look at our journal. Welcome me aboard. I was to follow Officer Ludlow for a tour of the ship before going to bed. I was not carrying any items. Okay. Oh, on the bottom, yeah. Collects all this information, yada, yada, yada. Cycle through the sections here. Look at antiques, Captain's Globe. Provinces and colonies of the Protectorate cover Europe, Australia, and the lion's share of Asia and North America, and parts of the African coast. That is, if you believe the maps. Cartographers are usually optimistic about some areas that are still contested. If a colony adapts sufficiently to Protectorate laws and customs, it can eventually aspire to the status of a province, granting it a measure of independence and a say in global affairs. Oh, we got a map here as well. Okay, already visited, so I can look around. Okay. I'll look at the other tabs. We already kind of did, didn't we? Is there anything... We can look at stuff in here. Born in the eastern colonies, adopted by a family of merchants, and raised in the Protectorate. I always wanted to meet my biological parents, so I left home to find them. Let's just take a quick look at these. The captain, born in Amsterdam. I was collector of exotic weaponry. Although, listening to a friend aboard the Herald. Lord Protector is the elected ruler of the Protectorate. That would make sense. Liberate Oliver Cromwell became the first to take on the title. Turned 34th Lord Protector Jean Benoit Godin? I don't know how to say it. Okay. Skip. And Regent. I don't know who that is. We don't care. If any of this is important. We got no pictures. We got nothing. Nothing going on. Okay. Press up. Let's head out. Can we? Is there anything else to look at? Oh, there's a whole bunch to look at in here. Look at his desk. Look at the newspaper.
The captain's newspaper lay open on his desk. Colony unrest, it said. The rest was too difficult to read from
Okay.
this.
New entry to the encyclopedia. We're not too worried about that. Maybe I might switch to
The
mouse and
paper
keyboard
stand
for
on
this,
the
actually.
captain's desk was filled with letters stamped with a protectorate seal. Cornelis Hendricks seemed to be an important man.
Ooh, important man. Okay. Anything else for me to look at? We'll take a look around here. Look at a few things around the ship.
The captain's cabin
Let's
was
see
one
where
of the
things
few
go.
places on the ship with a heater.
Ooh, a heater.
The crew didn't have such luxuries at all.
Well, I mean, that's standard. What do you expect? I'm gonna keep looking around before I talk to him.
Looking
some
at the display
weapons there.
cabinet, I wondered what his collection of exotic and antique weapons said about the captain's character.
He probably likes to collect stuff. Oh, I think one of those might have been the sword that fell down next to me. In the water. But let's talk to him. Okay. You don't want to talk to me? That's fine. I want to talk to you. Use stairs. Yeah. Use stairs, please. We can do that. We are around the poop deck.
Oh, well, I would assume he's reading your letter right now, Mr. Morton.
I sincerely hope you're
Hey,
joking.
I didn't tell him to.
No, on the contrary, sir. At sea, the captain makes his own rules.
Oh, he's gonna
As
get
far
angry.
as I can tell, our captain is king on the Herald, sir. The crew, his loyal subjects.
That's not gonna go over
Officer,
well.
there are several reasons why the people got rid of the king back in the day. This is precisely the sort of thing that led us to abolish the monarchy.
Abolish the monarchy. Maybe I don't know what this is based
I'm
in
going to have
history
a
off
word with
of.
Captain Hendricks now. Please.
Oop, sorry, I cut him off. Well, this guy seems to be working hard up here. What are these?
Not one, but two large
Ooh,
ornate
big
compasses, stood on
compasses.
the poop deck near
Poop
the ship's
deck.
wheel.
He said
Protectorate
poop deck.
design seems to favor perfect symmetry.
Poop deck. Let's steer the ship.
I was quite often tempted to take over the wheel and sail us on a random course towards adventure, but that wouldn't have been a smart move.
Oh, towards adventure. You're a goofy kid. Whoa. Oh, I can't walk closer. I talked to Ahmad Shaban. Ah.
I
I just want to see if they have more than one thing to say. Okay, it looks like they do. Okay, I'll judge you by your work. Let me see. Okay. So it looks like there's a couple things like it's like, whoa, sorry, whoa. That was weird. Go down this. Oh, we're no longer on the poop deck. Take a look at the,
so many lines and ropes that were
I don't know
going
what it's called.
literally everywhere. I still can't
I'm not a
comprehend
boat
how
expert.
Most sailors I met on the Herald knew the function and name of all of them.
Well, they do a number of things, like control stuff. Who are you? Who's this guy? Arthur Foss. Will you miss it? The capital, I mean. It's going to be a long time before we'll see those blue roofs again. I'm going to stay on deck until the city is out of sight.
The bilge pump on the
Ooh,
weather
the
deck
bilge
is used
pump.
every day. Even in good weather, some water tends to
That
end
pumps
up
water
below
from
deck.
inside the ship out of it. So you don't sink. Cargo hold?
Looking through the grate, I could see the gun deck
Oh, we got
below.
a gun deck. Things are getting serious here.
As strapping as sailors come, even they can't lift most cargo without the
Okay,
use of a
there's a
dolly
big
winch.
dolly. Who are you? Kwangzu. You think hauling up the sloop would be an easy task, but it looks like you'd be wrong. Daniel, a bit fast. No, not that fast. We'll manage eventually. Matthew Perot. Merde. Try to have it a bit. Try to heave a bit more evenly, Daniel. Who's Daniel? Is that Daniel? 1, 2, please, could you focus for once? There we go again. What do you got, Daniel? I'm trying. Just a moment, my hands are greasy. I can do this, I promise. He looks like he's the cook. Who are you up there? Brennan O'Byrne. It's a various collection of people. Right when you are... What else you got? Could you... Bucks, get a move on. My watch has been over for ages. Have a lie down right here, shall I? Wake me up when you stop fooling around. What do we got
Taking
here?
a short break to get water from the scuttlebutt.
The
was
scuttlebutt?
usually just an excuse to congregate with fellow sailors. But I was
It's
wise
the
enough
old
not to
term
stretch
for a
this
water
privilege,
cooler,
not
basically.
wanting the captain getting cranky with me.
So when they told you were trying to get the scuttlebutt to get the gossip, like now it's saying getting the water cooler conversation, same thing. That's locked. What do we got here? Some chickens?
All day long you could hear the chickens cackle. Though the meat was reserved for friends of the captain, their eggs were a
Yeah,
special
chickens.
treat for the crew at weekends.
Very cool. So a bunch of stuff in the encyclopedia we can look at. There's more
There was
water.
one particular corner on the main deck where the captain couldn't see you from the poop or front deck. Littered with
Poop.
boxes, barrels, and sacks, it
I'm
provided
gonna laugh every
cover
time
for
just to
those
be
in a bit
just to
of
be a
lazy
goober.
mood.
Who are you, Robert Stockson? Life on a ship isn't too hard if you know how to live it. They're doing fine hauling up the sloop, aren't they? I just get in the way. This French guy keeps yelling at me. Can't a man just loiter in peace? First class only. We can't go in there. Walk along the backside here. Whoa. Camera angle shift. Sylvain Perrault. So they've... you want to travel in here, you'll have to work for it. Well, except if you're the senator or his niece, obviously. Some people who I won't name just don't know the meaning of honest work. I can't believe that man. For the last time, Rob, get to work. I think that's his brother up there. I mean, they're the same last name.
The Herald was equipped with many life belts.
Yes, it's
This
good to have life belts on a
relatively new
ship.
invention can save people that have fallen into the ocean from drowning. However, if you get swept away by the current, even a life belt won't help.
We just got told how life belts work. Okay, let's talk to our good friend. I don't know why, like, it keeps steering me a little bit different than when I'm pushing, but that's okay. Let us talk to Aaron Ludlow.
That, Devon, was Senator Lewis Morton. Did you see the look on his face when I told him the captain
Oh,
opened his
he
letter?
enjoyed that.
Pure agony.
We'll say I thought what he did was... Oh, no, what Ludlow had done was inappropriate. No. Remain silent. We don't want to take a side in this yet.
He would have found out sooner or later anyway.
Correct, he would
People
have.
have a hard time adjusting to life outside the capital. On the open sea, the rules tend to change, but customs don't change with them.
Maybe.
Mr. Morton is a prime example of that, and you will probably experience the same.
Okay.
The trick, though, is to accept
It was important to
change.
accept change.
It's something that people like Morton will never understand. but
Change is
you
inevitable.
Might.
Well, I
If
want to
there's
change, that's why I'm
anything
out
I
here,
want,
right?
Then it's change. To finally be able to do things differently for a while. I'm done with the old rules.
Well, but now we got new
There's
rules.
a reason I picked you from the lot. I rarely choose anybody who is
Says
unfit
rarely,
for a life at
rarely.
sea. Now for your tour. Welcome aboard His Lordship's vessel, Herald.
Thank you very much. I was worried that if we didn't go walk around and look at stuff, we wouldn't be able to do it later. Oh, I might have
Cromwellian
missed.
class Protectorate clipper launched
Walking
in
up to the masthead.
1851. As one of the fastest sailing ships in the mercantile
Ooh.
fleet, she can reach a top speed of 18 knots.
What's interesting is it looks like we're zooming all around. Like, I mean, you see the waves moving, but we're not getting any further from the land.
During her short life, she has already set multiple records sailing to the colonies and back along the famous Indigo route.
What records did she break?
Yeah, we'll ask about the records.
Several speed records, of which the most important one was the race against the DeWitt-class clipper HLV Crowing.
Ooh,
The
schooled
Herald
him.
beat her by 3 days on a return voyage
Ooh,
from the colonies to
3
the capital.
days.
She set a record time of 78 days, 5 hours, and 16
It's a long
minutes.
time.
Now let's move on to the deckhouse.
Okay. So we were going to have the opportunity to interact with stuff. What am I stuck on? So yeah, we could have taken the time now to look at all this stuff. What do you got for us, Ludlow?
The Cromwellian-class ship type is named after one of the Protectorate's founding fathers, Oliver Cromwell. These
Makes
ships
sense.
are merchant clippers, built with trade in mind. Making money is their sole purpose.
They're really having trouble with that boat over there.
The Herald is an indigo clipper, which means she mainly takes shipments of indigo powder to the Protectorate homeland.
Okay.
With this powder, we make the paint that coats the
I say
hulls of
indigo's
our
blue.
ships, and the dye that gives the fabric of our clothes its bright blue hue.
Cool. So
I
let's,
don't
yeah,
really get it. Why is blue paint so important?
because everything's blue.
You've lived in the capital, Devon. Never noticed the rooftops of its buildings or the clothes of its people? Everything has been colored blue there.
Correct.
The color blue touches on much that the Protectorate holds dear. And indigo is made from a plant that produces
Isn't-
the only known
I want to say,
blue
is
dye that
indigo in
withstands
South
heavy wear.
America?
Until
I don't know.
anybody
I'm trying to
finds
think
a
of.
cheaper
I'm trying to think of
substitute,
things of like where
trade
indigo
remains an
actually comes
invaluable
from.
part of our economy.
But I have no idea.
I
Sure.
never really thought about blue dye in that way. Sounds like a huge undertaking.
It is, but that's not without reason.
Okay.
After all, the Protectorate is built upon
Free
free market
market.
principles that foster progress through supply and demand. Its people get paid
Demand.
an equal share for the work they do, and with this money they are free to do with as they wish.
That doesn't sound so bad.
I'm not fond of life on shore, but even I can see that the system works. For most people, at least. Now, onto the bow of the ship.
Okay, onto the bow. Oop, I'm gonna beat you there. The race. I didn't go here before, and that's what I want the forecast. So I want to go there before. Look at this.
The capstan is a rotating
The
device
capstan?
that is used to apply force to ropes, cables, and hawsers. But I've heard that some captains tie disobedient sailors to it,
Uh-oh.
with their arms and legs spread across the levers.
That's a little bit of foreshadowing. I wanted to look. Yes. What's it called?
The Herald's figurehead. has
Figurehead,
a
not
crystal
masthead.
purpose.
Figurehead.
But standing on deck, I sometimes forgot.
Is it just
that
called
was even
figurehead?
there.
I don't think it's called figurehead. I think they're tricking me. Maybe somebody else knows, and what the heck am I thinking about when I say masthead? Oh. I can't just walk down. Let's finish up. I'm gonna talk to him before. I see my house from up here. Actually, I can't see my house, but the view is great regardless. Okay.
We are standing on the weather deck right now, where you will work every day ensuring the
Work
safe
very
passage
hard,
for the
sir.
colonies. You will be tasked with tying the knots, reefing the
Can do.
sails, and swabbing the decks.
Can do that as well.
There will be no talking to first-class passengers, no idling around the ship at night, no begging, no fighting, no stealing, and most of all, don't get caught trespassing.
Ship
Now,
sounds
that
like no fun.
like a lot for you to worry about, right?
Sounds hard, but I'll do my best.
That's what we'll go with.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Don't worry, it'll get tedious soon enough.
I'm sure it does, like most
Keep in mind
things.
that the dining saloon in the deck house is only for
Ooh.
first-class passengers and officers during this trip.
Okay.
This was a special request by Senator Morton.
Senator Morton's a
so
jerk.
please steer clear from the saloon if you want to keep out
Spoiler
of
alert, I'm pretty
trouble.
sure we're gonna go in there.
Anyone without a blue coat should just use the service stairs through this door here.
Okay.
Now, is there anything in particular you would like to know?
Ask a couple basic questions, sir. Let's
Why
see.
is the deck house reserved for passengers and officers?
Customs, Devon.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say that
is meant
seems
to
like an
make
obvious
you
answer,
work
but none of the
hard,
other
so
questions seem
one
that
day
important
you
either.
Earn yourself a blue coat too.
Ooh, I'm
Were it
sure
not
I
for
will.
The presence of Mr. Morton, though, this rule would not be so strongly enforced by the captain.
Maybe the captain's okay?
Now just go through this door, past the officers' cabins, and you'll find the service stairs on your right-hand side. Down those stairs, you'll find the crew's quarters and your bed.
Okay. Let's head to
That
bed.
concludes the tour, Devon. I hope you enjoyed it.
Why,
I will
yes,
have
sir.
to stay out here. I'm on watch tonight. The boatswain will wake you up tomorrow morning to prepare you for the day.
Very
Good
good.
night.
Good night. Set me through a door. Can I talk to him again for anything? No. Go through a door. Okay. Good night, Devin. Good night, Aaron.
But I don't want to.
I think we're actually going to, before we get into anything else here, we will go ahead and call this first episode now. So if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and leave a like, share the video, or subscribe to the channel. Obviously, we didn't get into too much hijinks or shenanigans yet, but I'm assuming that is coming. And we're going to have to deal with what looks here to maybe perhaps be a snotty cabin boy in Douglas. And then I'm sure the senator's daughter is going to cause some trouble as well, because that's how things go. But I'm interested to see how this plays out. Like I said, it might take us a more serious tone and more serious turns. What's actually interesting, the voice acting's been good so far. For an indie game, it looks great. We'll see where it goes. But I'm very excited about it. So, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. And as always, please have a great day.